Okay, as we are cleaning up our Google Classroom and deleting assignments, the one thing that we really want to make sure that we get into the habit of doing is when students have turned in work, we want to make sure that we are returning it to them. Think about it if you were passing out paper assignments and students were handing them into you, you would be commenting, scoring, and then you would be returning them to students. So we want that to be the same habit that we get into with Google Classroom as well. So I am looking at my class from the student's perspective. I have a sample assignment here. And if I go in as the student is the owner of this assignment because the teacher has made a copy for each student. So as the student goes in and, does their work and they go into classroom, and let's view our assignment and turn it in. What happens is the assignment transfers ownership. So if we go back in as the student, you're going to notice that I no longer have editing access up here. It says that I have to request editing access. I've transferred the ownership of the document to the teacher. And so now the teacher owns it. So as the teacher, what you really need to make sure that you're doing, let's look at it from the teacher's point of view. Here is that sample assignment. And if we view, we can see that Proctor Elementary School has turned it in. As the teacher, you can go in, you can look at it, you can grade it, you can give comments, things like that. You need to make sure that you return it to the student. If you delete the assignment before returning the assignment to the student, then the student will lose access to the document. We have many documents that we give kids. I'm thinking things like digital writer's notebooks that we want them to use throughout the year. If you delete the assignment before returning the document to the student will lose access to it. So get in the habit of clicking that return button, click return, and you are going to make sure that you teach the students that when that gets returned to them, that you are simply returning work and they do not need to turn it in again. If you don't specifically teach that to them, you have a high chance of students then trying to turn that work in a second time because they think that it's still missing. So get in the habit of returning it and teaching the kids what that means. And then once you return the assignment to the student, then you can go and you can delete the assignment from your stream at the end of the week, and the student will still have access to the documents that they've worked on.